Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel yet? Honestly, you don't start subscribing and following, I'm not sharing videos. This quarantine's not over. By the way, just so you know. Are you following Confessions by Connie on Instagram? We got lots of things, and I think I'm gonna start doing that tic-tac thing. Hello everyone, it's Connie Big Balls Bumbaloni. Do you know it's me? Can you tell it's me? Can you understand what I'm saying? Truly, what kind of celebrity have I achieved if I'm having people make me custom-made masks? They say, hey, Connie, I got leopard, I got zebra, I got tiger. You want a mask? And I'm like, can you see my glittering eyes behind this gorgeous custom-designed mask? Good for the environment, because you're not just constantly throwing them in the trash. It's wonderful. When in doubt, animal print. This one's from my friend Vicky. She lives in my neighborhood. She's adorable. She used to be a designer back before the freaking, shit hit the fan. This is classic cheetah. See how that one looks? This one's reversible. The tiger look, right? There's a lot of people who just won't wear a mask. We've been here before. I understand. We're all cracking. We're losing their minds. I've literally had a nervous breakdown almost every hour on the hour for the last several days. I'm with you. I get it. 90% of the time when I see someone not wearing a mask, it's a man, in my personal opinion. And I'm like, what? Do you feel emasculated? That's a big word. I hear that the feminists throwing that one around. Are you so tough that you can handle the virus? You can't fight freaking coronavirus with masculinity or sexual virility or a gun. Just wear the mask. Get a nice camouflage one if it makes you feel more hunky, studly, whatever. I wear leopard, you wear camouflage, we don't get sick. End of story. Waiting to get corona is like duck, duck, goose. Just sitting there and you're waiting and they're like, what are you gonna say when you hit my head? Am I gonna be sick or are you just gonna say duck? Am I a duck or do I have the coronavirus? I don't know. Duck, 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 corona. Do I just hide in my wine cellar for the rest of my life? I mean, there are worse things, honestly. I can't be going to the salon to get my nails done. I've been getting the press-on nails, the couture. Look at all of the bling on this. I'm like freaking J-Lo. I got bling here. I got bling. Honestly, this is a classic wedding nail right here, but I'm just in my house. You feeling sad? Put a little bling on your nail, gonna brighten your day. I was not aware that you could get press-on nails for your toes. Press-on nails for your toes. I have so many questions. How's that even work? You can't wear a sock, you can't wear a heel. All you can do is wear a sandal, and then these things are creeping over like claws. I would rather wear plaid than wear a press-on nail on my toe. I have been trying to get into some sort of exercise regimen. I'm pretty sure I pulled a muscle just sitting on my couch last week. In my kitchen, I was kneading pasta dough. I got so freaking out of breath and I'm like, oh my God. Do I have corona? I'm out of breath because I'm so freaking out of shape that I can't breathe. Dust off my old VHS tapes of Denise Austin, do a little bit of jazzercise. They still have jazzercise. And so a lot of us, because we've got so much freaking time on our hands, we've been doing a lot of spring cleaning. I've been finding all of these old little family heirlooms. The nostalgia is just permeating the air, which is better than coronavirus. At least you can breathe in the nostalgia. I found what I thought was a little waxy piece of thing. It was this bar of soap. So my cousin Sitsol used to make soap from Lardon on her front lawn in a giant cauldron. Like a witch, she was just sitting there stirring the soap, the bubbling soap. That's the shit that I want to see these days. I want to see all these broads on Etsy and whatever, baking bread, making soap, yada yada. I'm like, are they sitting by a freaking cauldron, really getting in there and making soap out of fat? That's what I want to see. I don't want to see it made out of the fat. Anyway, I found this old rotary phone. It was where you spun it around. You had to stick your finger in the thing. And it's so funny because kids these days, the way that they interact with each other on their cell phones and on video boxes and all that other shit. If a boy ever called our house and my father answered and he would say, oh, you want to speak to Connie? Can you beat me up? Because if you can't beat me up, you can't take her out. If they said yes, that's the bad thing. But if they say no, then you're a wuss and you're not worthy of my daughter. So honestly, they were screwed. But now people are on Snapchat, Snap this, bo. Cleaning out all this stuff, I also found these old crystal glasses. My grandfather only used to drink Manhattans. And And one of the first times I ever got drunk was because it was some holiday or Sunday, whatever it is. They were all drinking Manhattans around the dinner table, and none of them ever ate the cherries, you know, because that was just like to sweeten it a little bit. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna clean the table and I'm gonna eat the cherries like a little dessert from every single glass at like 5 years old. And by the time I got to the end of the freaking table and the last cherry, I was drunk, wasted. So my son Attilio, he suddenly tells me, Ma, I don't like olives. I'm like, Attilio, I'm gonna have to freaking disown you if you're not gonna eat the olives. Do you know the shit that I had to eat? There was a time my grandmother was over and I opened the freaking fridge door and there's a pig's head staring back at me from the freaking fridge. And I knew, oh, guess what? That's probably lunch. You know, as we're sitting here, end of days, whatever, these murder hornets that are killing bees. Then we have snow in May. We haven't had snow all freaking year, okay, here in the Northeast. We have snow in May. Why does this feel so familiar to me? This feels so familiar to me. This feels like the Hunger Games where they're like, send in the murder hornets, send in the snow, even though it's spring, send in the locusts, send in the plague, all of this stuff. Are we all gonna be running to the cornucopia, running for the food and supplies? Because it does sort of feel like that. And by the way, you know, our president is a former reality show television host. You can't write this stuff. Is this all just some game? We're all in an arena. We've come to the end of our experiment and we're gonna see who's gonna survive. You know my Jersey folks. We've got the best freaking slogans. Jersey, where the weak are killed and eaten. Jersey, only the strong survive. Huh? Jersey, we don't like you either. Now, I'm not an academic or an intellect. I'm not book smart unless you're gonna quiz me on like Jackie Collins or Mary Higgins Clark. I don't know a lot. But I do think Americans are stupid. You know, my husband won't wear a mask. Shocker. So he's on house arrest. I mean, he's been on house arrest before for a little money laundering thing, so he's kind of used to it by now. But Anthony and Attilio, surprisingly, are wearing their masks and it makes mommy very proud. Mwah! Subscribe. And wear a mask.